Welcome to the Bonnie and Brian Show. I'm here with Brian from Gerhardt Fine Wine Limited. What makes your company different to other wine manufacturers?
We're a very old, established German wine company, and we're not manufacturers because you manufacture chemicals, not wine. Wine's a natural product. We've been making wine in Germany for about 250 years.
Not long then.
We've just about learned how to make it by now.
Good.
We don't sell mass-produced wines that you see in the shops. These are all wines that are handmade. And everybody laughs when we say the wine depends on the cellar master. He gets up in the morning, has a row with the wife, the wine is awful. It's a lovely summer's day, he's in a good mood, the wine tastes nicer. And it's an old-fashioned way, and he decides when the wine is ready. It's up to him.
So how do they pick the wine? For example, if you're going to make a dry wine, or how would you pick the grapes?
You pick the grapes normally, but a dry wine is just made by keeping the fermentation going until all the sugar is converted to alcohol. So you tend to find that a dry wine has much more alcohol content than a fruity wine, but the fruity wine has the sugar.
And the sweeter the wine, is it right that you pick them later on?
You tend to pick them later in the year, so the grapes become more like raisins, so then they have a higher sugar content.
Right, okay. And are your wines meant to be drunk straight away? Like now?
They can be drunk straight away, or they can be kept, some of them you're going to taste for up to 200 years.
Right.
But the problem is, if you buy some and you taste it in 10 years' time and you don't like how it's changed, you've wasted 10 years drinking time.
Yeah.
So what you should do is buy one case now for drinking now and one case for keeping for a few years.
Later on down the line, see how it goes. Or 200 years
with
on
the
one
ice
of
wine,
them.
yes.
What's the ice wine?
Ice wine is made, the grapes are normally picked in about January, February, when they're almost rotten, suffering from called botrytis.
Right.
And you have to wait until the frost comes. And the grapes are actually picked about 5 o'clock in the morning at -6 or 7 when they're actually frozen. And then they're crushed with all the ice around them so that all the sugar actually stays in the grapes rather than vanishing.
Yeah.
And it's only sold in half bottles because it's very expensive and very hard to produce.
And also you've got to live for 200 years. So
you can drink it now.
So that's all right.
And you'll try one in a minute.
Oh, I'm quite nervous about that. So where can I buy these products?
Only regrettably from us. We work in a very old-fashioned way. We actually visit our customers at home with a suitcase, and it's basically have wine, we'll travel. And we come round to your house, you try some wines, hopefully you like them and get the credit card out.
So it's a one-to-one?
It's a one-to-one, very old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
We work on the basis that because our wines aren't mass-produced, how do you know you like them if you haven't tried them?
Exactly. And it's a question as well, from what I can gather, is that you might have one wine 1 month and that will be sold out in a couple of months after
If it's a very popular wine from a small production, and we operate in 20 odd countries, we may only have a wine for a month, then you've got to wait till next year for the same wine and it won't taste the same.
So that's quite nice, isn't it? Because a lot of mass-produced wine, you lose the taste, really.
The trouble is people do moan because they say it didn't taste like last year. Well, it can't.
No, which is a good thing.
Well, I personally think so.
It's nice not having things mass-produced.
Yes, it's old-fashioned.
So how are they getting in contact with you?
We do have a website. We have an office in Nottingham, but we also operate at a lot of the big shows in London and throughout the country. And if people get the contact details from there, they can ring the office, somebody will come round with a suitcase.
Fantastic. And will you educate about the wine? Or?
We try to teach people about wine, but we come down to the basics. An expert is somebody who knows what they like. And when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter what we tell you, it's do you like it or not?
So it's tasting wine without pretension.
Yes.
Which is brilliant.
There's far too much snobbery with wine.
It gets quite irritating, doesn't it? Because then you get scared to try new things.
Wine is something you enjoy, not that you put on the wall to show to your friends.
You can do, but I'd rather drink it. Right.
So are you ready now then?
I think so. What's this?
The first wine is very rare for us and in Germany.
Okay.
It's an Auslese, which is normally the grapes are picked around October time, so normally it's very fruity. But they keep all the fermentation going to convert that sugar to alcohol. So you have a dry wine that has a hint of fruit to it.
Okay. Okay. And I just swirl it,
just smell it, sip it and enjoy it.
It's very fruity,
It's the typical favourite German grape, a Riesling. Has lots of flavour. It's nice with food. That can just be enjoyed as a lovely drinking wine.
It's incredibly sweet, but not in a
It's not cloying,
Cringe.
sickly.
Yeah, that is lovely.
It's not
Very
like
refreshing.
It's not like some of those well-known German wines.
No, I've never had those ever. But I do like this actually. And apparently, it's supposed to do this very.
But these aren't real glasses, so it's not so easy.
That's got a lovely taste
It's
to it.
got a lovely
though.
flavour to it.
Clearly like that one because I could keep drinking it. And what was that one called?
It's called an Oppenheimer Sackträger. The names are very strange.
Right.
They're actually named after the village where the wine is made.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you go out to Germany and to Oppenheim, you can probably find the vineyard where the wine's produced.
And
So
what's
it's
the
not.
name?
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay.
The second wine is a typical German. It's called a Spätlese, which means late harvest.
Okay.
Full of fruit, full of flavour. More a summer drinking wine, sitting in the garden, relaxing. And this one has just won a silver medal. So we are.
What does that mean?
In Germany, they have things that are called wine Olympics, or
Right.
similar to wine Olympics. And all the local growers send their wines up, and they're judged and awarded gold, silver, or medal. Gold, silver, or bronze. And this one's just won a silver, so
So it's incredibly different to this one.
totally different, but lots of flavour. This is more of an easy drinking wine,
Yeah.
just to sit and enjoy and relax with friends. We call it a social wine, but it's lovely to drink.
That's very sweet again, but completely different. It is more refreshing. It clears the palate, I think.
It's sweet, but it's not sickly and cloyy. It's sweet with a lovely, which is why we call it fruity rather than sweet.
I'm not very technical on these things, but I know I like
But
it.
it's a lovely wine just to sit and enjoy.
Very refreshing, isn't it?
It's easy to drink, fairly low in alcohol, about 8.5%. The Germans tend to make wines that are fun to drink rather than 3 glasses and you fall over.
I quite fancy some cheese now, I have to say. I'm going to finish this one off
It's actually quite nice with Black Forest Gatto.
along the German theme. That one's, I think that's my favourite so far, I must say.
And now we have the rarest of all German wine, Eiswein. This is probably made about once every 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Because you have to have the conditions have to be perfect. And if the frost comes too early, the grapes aren't ripe enough. And if it comes too late, the grapes are too ripe.
And this is the one that you can keep.
This will keep.
Right.
This you normally serve in liqueur glasses.
Oh, really?
Because it is quite clingy.
Because it's rare, I'm terrified to
And it
try
is
this.
absolutely lovely.
Again, it smells completely.
They each have their own unique character.
really
they're not
do.
they're not the same.
That is quite like a liqueur, isn't it?
It is a liqueur.
But not so heavy.
You normally have it at the end of the meal
Yeah.
with the dessert, and you normally serve it in liqueur glasses because A, it's too expensive to put in real glasses, and you can't drink a lot of it because it is quite heavy.
But not too. It's not. I sometimes find a lot of wines, for me anyway, can leave like a hideous taste.
There's
or
no
a-
aftertaste.
I hate to say the word lovely again, but it's just so refreshing.
It's got a
Me,
lovely.
I like all of these. What am I going to do?
We'll have a lorry ceremony.
I think you might have to for me as well. I'm not going to be able to walk out of here. You got one more for me
We
there.
have one more, which is very unusual. The Germans aren't renowned for making red wine.
Okay.
This is actually a red wine from the Rheinhessen.
Okay.
Again,
And it's served
we
chilled.
serve these chilled because these are soft and fruity with lovely flavours to them.
Beautiful.
Very hard to get because the Germans don't export very much. They like it.
Right.
So why
That's
should they
always a
let it
good
go?
sign.
But because we are a German company, we actually get the best stuff sent over to us for giving to our customers.
Do you know what? Because I don't like red wine at all. That is lovely.
We actually say it's a red wine for those people who drink white.
And I do drink
It
that.
doesn't taste like red wine.
It doesn't. I find them
It's very soft and fruity compared to French red wines that have a lot of tannin.
quite overpowering
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
as well. Particularly if you are used to the white wines or roses.
You can drink this at room temperature,
Yeah.
but it's our stand and we prefer it chilled.
Really
So you have to drink it as we like
great
it.
for a Christmas wine as well.
It's lovely with a barbecue in the summer.
They're all
It's really
I have
lovely
to-
sitting in the garden.
I don't know much about wine apart from I drink it, but the tastes of all of them are so completely different, and I am quite fussy with wine, and I would certainly drink all of these. Even the red.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. And it's lovely to find a red wine you can actually sit and drink without food.
Yeah.
Because most French red wines on New World you have to eat.
Yeah.
But this, you can just sit and drink.
Which is exactly what
wine is for.
And we've gone through 4 bottles. Thank you very much.
Nice to have met you. Glad you enjoyed the wine.
I'm a bit rosy cheek now.